everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Anoki Uncensored Show. I'm your host, Girn, and I'm thrilled to welcome the owners of Privé Hair Gallery, MARION, PATRICIA, and CHRISTINA, to the show. Welcome, ladies. It's been a while.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my gosh. Well, let me just kind of remind everybody watching, listening, and reading this. Guys, Privé were the official and exclusive hair sponsors of Anoki's 20th anniversary earlier this year in spring, where they actually did all of the iconic emerald runway looks that you guys have all been talking about and are still talking about. You guys are still sharing all kinds of content with us on social, for which I'm so super thankful. But they also did all of the looks for all three of the events, for all of the celebrities that were in attendance. So I know that you guys have had a chance to see all of that, but there is so much more to their story. And you guys know that I love a great story of female founders. So let's just begin by, first of all, ladies, I want to kind of throw this out to each of you. I'd like to begin by sharing your story. How did you guys come up with Privé? What is the backstory and the common thread that gave birth to Privé and brought you guys together? Or was it the other way around?
Well, we kind of found one another. I mean, Christina and I have been friends since grade 10. And so we go like way back, and I dragged Christina to hair school with me. And then we met Marion actually at a salon that I had co-opted in, and then Christina joined us shortly after. So then the three of us worked together for about 5 years. Yeah. And then we decided to branch out and open up our own salon. And the name Privé is actually kind of interesting. I think Marion can take over that one, how we got our name.
Well, we had chosen our original name first, and then the day we were going to register that name, I was driving by and somebody had just put up a sign not far from our first salon and was using that name. The original name was Atelier.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to really think fast because we were on our way. And the only, Privé was actually a nightclub that I was recently at in Miami.
Okay, I love that.
And so we used the name Privé, and the space that we had rented was actually an art gallery.
Mm.
And so we kind of combined that with hair gallery, as each piece is a masterpiece.
I love that. This is such a great story. And it's interesting because Privé is also kind of synonymous with, the best in class and, top of class and the best of the best. When you look at how Privé is also used in the fashion industry, for example. And yeah. I love the whole kind of concept behind the word gallery, because automatically a person feels there's going to be art involved, there's going to be experience involved, there's going to be a lot of innovation involved. And I feel that is kind of the core, from my experience with you guys, with kind of the looks that you created for our fashion runway event, which was so incredible. And I feel that it really comes from this mission around Privé, which I'd love for you guys to share, unless you feel I just shared it. I kind of feel I did. But what is your mission with Privé?
I think it's evolved over the years, right? I mean, like originally when we first started doing hair, it was a matter of making sure like our clients loved their hair and everybody felt great when they left. And I think as the years and decades, I can say decades, have evolved between our partnership and our friendship, we've realized it's more than just hair, right? Like when we have clients, we've had them, some of them for over 20 years, and they're like family now. It's beyond. It's beyond the hair look. It's about the self look, the self feel. Like we want to make sure everyone leaves happy inside and out. And I think that's kind of where our journey is now. It's beyond the hair.
You also want to build an atmosphere where I always thought about like Cheers, the show, where you're like everybody knows everybody once you come into our salon.
Yeah,
so I love that.
Something that I've always sort of wanted to maintain in our salon.
And I think we have that. Like a
Yeah.
lot of our clients kind of know one another over the years, and they're on the same appointment schedule. So now they become friends, and they kind of like, anytime you walk in, there's always somebody who knows somebody. And it's definitely more family friendly, fun. Yeah, more than just hair.
I love
Yeah.
that. Is there anything you want to add to that as well, Marianne?
Yeah, I think we've really turned into a real family salon where, you know, it's just not yourself. It would be your children and your mother and your grandmother.
Yeah.
They all come. And I think that's really the core of us. We ourselves feel strongly about family. And so that resonates in our salon. That shows. I'm actually in Europe right now taking care of family, and thanks to these ladies, I'm able to do that.
I love that. You know, the sisterhood is something that, you know, it has been spoken about a lot over the last, I would say, at least the last decade. What does the sisterhood mean to each of you guys? Because, you know, sometimes tough decisions need to be made, and sometimes we don't always align because we are all individuals at the end of the day. How do you guys get through those types of scenarios? Because it tends to be the reason that a lot of businesses have their biggest challenges, and sometimes even, you know, people go their separate way. I'd love for you to share that with everyone that's watching, listening, or reading this, your perspective on that, on the sisterhood piece to get through the challenges.
I feel like we can all chime in on this one. Mary, why don't you go first, and we'll take our turn.
I know we're really lucky. We've never ever had to really get over any big hurdles because we're all like-minded and nobody's selfish. And I think that's really the key is Pat's watching out for me and Chris, and I'm watching out for both of them, and Christina's watching out for me and Pat, and then it's fine because as women we're naturally less selfish.
Yeah, I could say like whenever there was like a major decision that had to be made, whether it was make or break, I think the three of us just looked at each other and we all always agreed. Right? Like there was never anything that huge that we didn't disagree upon. And I think the little things, of course, like the little things are the little things, and that's where we have a 2-to-1, right? And I think that's why the 3 is key, right? And it always changes. Like, I mean, I might want something, and then Chris and Mary are like, no, like we're not having it. And so
I mean, unless
I back out,
unless Pat cuts Christina's hair too short, well, that might be a problem.
Oh, I don't know about that. You understand, Mary? I'm still hearing about it.
Oh my God, is that what happened?
Chopped off my hair.
I chopped off her
beautiful hair.
I gave her a style. Makes me feel cursing me.
That would be the biggest argument.
Little things like that we'll argue about, right? But I mean, like, when push comes to shove, like Marion said, our morals, our values, our beliefs are all aligned, and we've never wavered, and we've been tested, right? We've been 18 years as partners and over 20 years as friends. And so we've gone through everything life can possibly throw at you.
Deaths, marriages, children.
Yeah, divorces, loss of parents, you know, aging parents, right? Like team members leaving, opening up new salons, other team members just leaving for the better of themselves. I mean, you name it, I don't think we haven't experienced it. And I think the fact that the three of us stand so strong in our morals, beliefs, and values, that's why we're still here like 18 years later and still going strong and not giving up.
United as one.
Right? Yeah.
United as one. I'd love that. Is there anything you want to add to that, Christina?
No, I pretty much agree with that.
I love that. So
I'm still mad at her for cutting my hair though.
Hey, you're allowed to be, you know, you're allowed to be. Because that's part of the sisterhood, right? I mean, we already know that in the good times we're connected and that we're united. It's the hard times, for me to kind of put a serious spin on this. It's the times when we don't align, which shows the strength of our, you know, sisterhood. And even hair, come on, hair is very important And that's why we're here to discuss this. So let me ask you this question. I want to kind of move a little bit into your brand space now. And I want to ask you, what from your perspective, the feedback that you've gotten from people, maybe in the industry, maybe clients of yours in the community, that makes your brand stand out in the marketplace? What would you say that is from feedback perspective?
I think I go back to the same thing. As soon as you walk in, the welcoming, where everybody knows everybody, and we also don't work based on this is my client and nobody else can have that client. We really encourage our clients to always see other members, just in case. Like, again, we are 3 women, so things do happen a lot more to women than men for some reason.
We take care of our kids, and we're not always available sometimes.
So yeah,
absolutely.
So the kids are sick, and we have to stay
Gotta
home, gotta go pick up the children, whatever. And men somehow tend to be there as well, but not just as much. So
Get away with less responsibility at home.
yeah.
So I think the fact that we allow our clients to see other staff members gives them a comfort, right? Where
it's not a competition.
it's not a competition.
No.
Their formula is there. They have great care, and they know that if they're in Christina's chair today, my chair tomorrow, they're going to be treated just as equal. And I think we're beyond the quick dollar, right? I think when you come into our salon, we're about, okay, what's good for your hair? What is your hair goal? How are we going to get you there? And it may take a couple of sessions, right? So we're not quick to just do a service just for the quick dollar.
Right.
We want to make sure that your hair, honesty. That's it. Exactly. We're honest
about
about
listen to the client and their needs, and not just be a new trend of TikTok.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's so important what you guys are talking about here, because fundamentally, long term, we all know that people are not stupid. People know what's going on, and they know when they are in an environment, in a community culture, which is what you guys are talking about at your salon. They know when it comes from a place of authenticity, and they know when you genuinely are putting them first. And this is really a big important thing that a lot of businesses, when they start out, they find it hard to kind of figure out the balance between that and making the business work. So, I love that you guys, are sharing that you're kind of in that place. I want to ask you, in terms of your vast portfolio of services that you provide at Privé, what are they in total? Can we kind of go through a little bit of that so people know exactly what to expect? I know there's the usual stuff, but let's mention what those are.
So I think we all have also our specialties as well. So I mean, our salon does only, but not aesthetics wise. So it's strictly hair. So from hair cutting, hair coloring, hair extensions, scalp analysis, so scalp treatments, smoothing treatments, perms, anything to do upstyling, blow dry styling, anything to do with hair basically is what we cater to. And
I think now we're also trying to, I think Pat and I are gonna probably take a course a little bit just to further educate ourselves, I think, into the hair loss program, which is it's becoming massive for newcomers to Canada. I've ran into a lot of newcomers that have come from all over the world, and their biggest thing is
hair loss.
So for now, I think that is going to be a biggest focus, and we carry a line that focuses really highly on that.
Yeah,
it's a pharmaceutical line that we've been with for 20 years,
18 years.
18 years, but it's been around for about 70.
Yeah. So our focus is on scalp care, hair care, self-care. One of those.
Absolutely. And folks, if you want to know exactly what that product is, we're not going to share it here. Go to the salon. Go make the appointment. Go do it the right way. Absolutely. So I want to share something with everybody and with you ladies as well. I have to attest, because the proof is in the pudding. I have seen that you guys created just some outstanding looks, a lot of creativity, a lot of, thought process went into the looks that you created for Anoki's Emerald Runway. And this is what I got from that. Outside of the artwork that went into it and the teamwork that went into it with all of the different stylists that you had there. And it's this: your team really understands how to work South Asian hair. What would you say to all the South Asian women that are tuning in is the number one key to looking after the health of their hair, especially when you think about all the styling that we are definitely going into now? We're sitting knee high in the holiday season. There's a lot that we're going to be doing in terms of our hair. What can you share with them in terms of what they should do for hair health? Couple of tips.
I think the biggest thing that people forget and are scared to do for some reason is as simple as brushing your scalp.
100%. I was going to say the exact same thing.
I mean, especially for South Asians, they have such beautiful thick hair and these beautiful natural oils sitting at their scalp. And if they utilize those oils and really brush those oils off the scalp and push them throughout the rest of their hair, it will add shine. You won't have to wash it as much. It's actually the best way to clean your scalp is by brushing it.
Can you tell my son this? Can I tell you that I have been having this conversation with my son? He doesn't comb his hair and it drives me ballistic. Is this a guy thing?
Well, it depends. If you have curly hair, if he's got
he does.
Hair, yeah. Okay.
So he doesn't want to break the curl.
Yeah. So it depends if, like, I would recommend for him to do it right before he showers, like really scrub,
not comb.
Brush.
You want to get a soft brush, almost like doing a dry brush through. You want to do a dry brush through just to get any
loose hairs,
impurities and that's been sitting there, just to kind of lift them off, and then do a good cleansing, because you really need to get rid of that off of sitting on your scalp. So if there's any new regrowth that needs to come through, it will come. But if there's stuff on it, impurities on it, oils, dandruff, dryness, anything that's sitting there, it will not allow it. It will eventually kill your follicles. So it's really important.
And cause hair loss.
And cause hair loss. So,
and it's a big thing that he worries about is hair loss. And I tell him over and over again, I said that if you don't move the blood in the region of your scalp,
that's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope you're listening to this, Karam. I hope you're listening to this, Karam. That's all I have to say. And every other man out there that fears touching their hair because they're going to lose it by touching it.
And so the biggest mistake we find most women do as well is when they start to lose their hair, they stop brushing it. They stop washing it because they're so scared that they're going to lose more. And it's like the backwards thing to do. Like, you need to brush morning and night. You need to get that circulation going, exactly as you said, Raj, to make sure that the blood flow can feed the hair, strengthen the hair, and then have a new process, right? So these are things we talk about in the salon. These are things that we teach our clients on how to maintain their scalp to have great hair. So brushing, massaging is like vital in keeping your hair and stopping hair loss. Yeah.
And then the proper shampoo or hairline products to use for your specific scalp needs.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people buy things that are cheaper due to whatever they hear or whatever they think it's better, and then it's usually not. It's not. And it's usually not the right product for them, and then eventually it sits on and it builds up, and things can get worse. So
getting a proper consultation
definitely
is important.
Yeah, consult with their hairdressers would be probably a really good one to make sure that they're using the proper things.
So let's talk about that. Do you guys offer consultations, and are they in person? Are they virtual? Do you have to already be a client? Can you give us a bit of that process for everyone?
Yeah, so we offer free consultations. Since the pandemic is helped with us jumping online like this, I have done multiple consultations over the phone, and this way they're prepared for their appointment when they come in. It saves a lot of time in salon, which is helpful for myself and for the client.
Oh yeah, we offer complimentary consultations either in person or through a video chat.
See, I love this, guys. Come on. It's like no obligation. You just like hit up these ladies and let's find out exactly how people can reach out to you both online and also, your store location. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So our store location is on Bloor Street. So it's 3072 Bloor Street, West. And
In
we're right at the
Toronto, guys.
Toronto, Etobicoke borderline.
Runnymede and Bloor is the nearest intersection.
Okay.
Royal
So
York.
that's the location.
Royal York.
Royal York. Another R.
Royal York.
Royal York and Bloor. They can call us. They can DM us on Instagram if they follow us on Instagram. Privé Hair Gallery. It's just the location of our store, our name. It's simple. Facebook is Privé Hair Gallery. Instagram is Privé Hair Gallery. And our salon phone number is 416-767-5959. They can email, whatever they need. They can walk in.
Can they book appointments online, or do they need to kind of really have, you know, a one-on-one with you guys before they book anything online? I just want to throw everything at everyone so they know all the opportunities they have to book something with you guys.
We are in the process of changing our software program that they can start doing online booking. Right now, it's still old school. You got to call the salon. Or email or DM through Instagram. One of us sees it, and then we can book them in. So right now it's either DMing or a phone call, but very soon they'll be able to book a consultation online or a haircut or a blowout online.
They can reach us through social media or direct phone call.
Yeah.
I have to share something with everyone that's watching, listening, and reading this, and I'm so excited about this. But these fabulous ladies that own Privé, they have a special that they are giving to all of us, and they're doing it across the entire holiday season. Can you share what that is, ladies?
From now until the end of December 2023, we are offering a 15% discount to anyone from an OK20. With that code, you bring them into the salon and you'll have 15% off all services.
Oh my God, I love that. So guys, you know, all this information that we've been sharing, all of the value that you'll get on all levels regarding your hair from an educational perspective, from a, consultation perspective, from a health perspective, from all the styling and all of the events that we are going to be a part of with our family, with our friends, all the festivities. Go and check out this salon. You guys are in the Bloor West area, correct? Of Etobicoke.
We're located in the Kingsway in Etobicoke.
Kingsway.
Just one block west of Royal York and Bloor.
Perfect. So definitely we're going to do that. I want to ask you guys, as we get ready to close off, what would you guys say is the biggest success of your company to date? What would you say that is?
I'm really going to say our biggest success is the amount of friends that we've made throughout the years. We've built up such a community of friends, really, because I think I see my clients more than I see most of my friends.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, as we are knee-high in the holiday season, are there any special things that people need to know that you guys are offering? Anything that you guys do at your salon that people need to know about at all? I'd love to share that as well.
I think through the holiday season, people want maybe bigger changes in their hair, and hair extensions would probably be one of the biggest things to make it fun and easy to change up.
Absolutely. And you guys specialize in that too.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I want to ask you guys, if, each of you can share this, Patricia and Christina, let's start with you guys. What is one piece of advice that you wish you had when you started this business that we can kind of, share with anyone out there that is a budding entrepreneur, especially if it's a woman, considering that we have so many other things that layer into the things that are important to us, like motherhood and a lot of other things like that?
I think finding partners, and in all honesty, I mean, you can't do it alone. right? And if we didn't have one another, and I wouldn't even say one other partner, I feel like 3 is that perfect balance where, again, you always can get voted 2 to 1, and it keeps things from getting really ugly and intense, and having other people to back you up. So making sure you find partners that align with your morals, with your beliefs, with your values, and are compassionate and caring and understanding. And I think knowing that and going into business is probably the key in a successful business, because I couldn't do this on my own. I wouldn't be able to have children if I didn't have my 2 girls here, right?
Absolutely. And Christina, how about you? Anything you want to add to that? Because I know that you agree with all of that.
Yeah. I just patience as a woman. You just it tests you a lot as a business owner, as a mom, as a everything. It just tested. I think you just learn to have a lot of patience.
And how about you, Marion? How do you want to close and round that off?
Yeah, I'd say hard work. I mean, you just keep your head focused and push forward. I mean, the amount of hours that we did in the beginning, mind you, it didn't ever feel like work because we enjoyed it. We were there some days till 3 o'clock in the morning if we had to be.
Wow.
That is, we just focused, worked hard, and it will be sure to pay off.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. It's the best advice ever. Let us throw again to your website and your social handles. Give it to everyone one more time, how they can connect with you, how they can hang out with you, how they can book appointment with you.
Yeah, we are Privé Hair Gallery at Royal York and Bloor at 3072 Bloor Street West in the Kingsway. And our phone number is 416-767-5959. And our social handle is Privé Hair Gallery.
Thank you so much, ladies. I have to share one more time, everyone. I absolutely encourage you guys to take advantage during this holiday season. Go hang out with these incredible ladies. You know that they have all the knowledge, they have all the experience. Guys, 15% across any services that they have. All you got to do is let them know that you are coming from us. Anoki 20 is all you need to let them know for that 15% discount. I absolutely encourage you guys to go check it out. And if you want to see more on the incredible looks that they created for us, go check out our Instagram. We have it pinned still till today because we're still getting so many comments about how incredible the works were by Privé Gallery. Ladies, Marion, Patricia, Christina, thank you so much for joining me. I know that we're going to have you come back. Absolutely. Yes. We'll talk about maybe, new looks for the new season after we're done with the holiday season. Thank you so much for joining us on this special episode.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it. It was so much fun.
Absolutely. And on behalf of us here at Anoki, I'd like to wish you continued growth and success and get the opportunity to just keep doing what you do and also having a life outside of business, which is a big key takeaway that I got out of our conversation today. Guys, I highly recommend you take advantage of the 15% off all services special that Privé is offering all Anoki members, especially as we are, as I mentioned, knee-high in holiday season. And from me, Girn, your host today, I'll see you on another episode of the Anoki Uncensored show with more insights, perspectives, and offers like this. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you.